149 Kiran. One 56 Meghana.
Yes, sir.
My voice is audible.
Audible.
163 Gauri.
Yes, sir.
Voice is clear.
Yes, sir. It is clear.
Okay. A very good morning to all of you. In previous class, we have completed the unit number 1, that is analysis of perfect frame. In that analysis of perfect frame, totally we have completed each and every part. That is method of joints, method of sections, and tension coefficient method. We have learned so many things in the first unit, the concept of all the methods. After that, we have solved some problems. And today we'll start the second unit. The second unit named as a energy theorems and three-hinged arch. I'll share the screen now. One 64 Sridhar.
Yes, sir.
Screen is visible to you?
Yes, sir. Visible.
Okay. All of you open your notebooks and start unit 2. So in the unit 2, they classified totally two categories. The first category is here energy theorems, and the second category is divided three hinged arches. All of you note down these 2 points: energy theorems and three hinged arches. So today we'll start first topic, that is energy theorems. And how many theorems are available in energy theorems? That is, first one is strain energy, second one is Castigliano's theorem, third one is unit load method. So these three are under energy theorems. And also today we'll start only the strain energy theorem. Actually, this strain energy is comes under linear elastic system. Linear elastic system. Under the linear elastic system, we have a strain energy theorem. That also, this is when it is applicable. That is due to axial load and strain energy unit per volume and due to bending and due to shear. So the main topic is here strain energy in linear elastic system. So under the linear elastic system, main is due to axial load and unit per volume due to bending due to shear. Actually, these four are the derivations. We should derive the strain energy theorems under these four categories. And we have a four different formulas here. Four different formulas here. Before going to start strain energy due to axial load, first of all, what do you mean by a strain energy? First of all, what do you mean by a strain energy? 170 Maunika. Maunika. 71 Tejasvi. 71 Tejasvi. 73 Lavanya.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Lavanya, what do you mean by strain energy? At least try to open your mouth. At least try to tell something. One 175 Vishnu Sai. What do you mean by strain energy? Actually, why I am asking questions means because already you studied in SOM 1. In the SOM 1, you have a one topic that is energy theorem, and in that energy theorems, you have a strain energy theorem. That's why I am asking you, what do you mean by a strain energy? 188, Because once
Yes,
unmute
sir.
yourself. What do you mean by strain energy? 150 Swati.
Yes, sir.
Swati, what do you mean by strain energy? All of you open your notebooks and write the definition of strain energy. See, strain energy is the internal energy which is stored in any material is loaded within elastic limit. That is the definition of strain energy. Strain energy is the internal energy which is stored in any material is loaded within its elastic limit. This is the definition of strain energy. Strain energy is the internal energy which is stored in any material is loaded within elastic limit. It means first here take one material. Imagine this is the one type of material or else you can imagine one type of body, or else you can imagine this is a one type of beam. So here, what is the meaning of strain energy here? See, first of all, take one material. After that, apply some loads. Then, within its elastic limit only. See here, I will be applying some load here. That is P. Or else I will be applying some force. Or else this is the self weight. And this is the total material. In this total material, this is the total area. In this total area, what type of stresses will develop here? That is E. In this total area, modulus of elasticity will be developed here. What do you mean by modulus of elasticity here? Stress by strain. Stress by strain will be developed here. And in this total area, the total length will be here L or small l or capital L. That is up to you. And due to this load, due to this load, or else due to this self weight, here you will get some deflection. This is the deflection. Due to this self weight, here you will get some deflection. It means, what is the meaning of this one? Here we are applying within the elastic limit only. Within the elastic limit only, here you will get some changes. Basically, this is the actual length or else original length, but due to this load, here you will get some deflection. It is called as a delta L, or else you can take it as a delta. So in the strain energy, whatever the loads we are applying, that apply load should be in elastic limit only. Suppose if I apply extra load, suppose if I apply extra load, then what will happen? This beam or material or body, what will happen? This material, that is, the material will fail. The material will fail. So don't consider extra loads in strain energy. Why? Because here the definition is you should apply the loads within the elastic limit. If you apply extra load that is more than the elastic limit, then your body, your material, your beam will fail. So that is the concept of strain energy. And what are the units of strain energy? Units. What are the units here? That is, you can consider Newton meter or Newton mm, or else take kilonewton meter or kilonewton mm. So the units of strain energy is the Newton meter or Newton millimeter, kilonewton meter or kilonewton mm. Next, here strain energy depends upon applied loads. Here the strain energy depends upon applied loads. What are the applied loads are here? That is totally 3 applied loads are there. First one is the gradually load, and sudden load, impact load. So this entire strain energy is depending upon the applied loads, and here what are the applied loads are here. That is gradually load, sudden load, and impact load. See here, the same meaning is sudden load and impact load. Almost same. 70% is same. Sudden load and impact load. What is the meaning of gradually load? Suppose body, in this given body, I should apply totally 10 kilonewton load. Totally 10 kilonewton load. While coming to the meaning of gradually load, should I apply 10 kilonewton at a time? No, that is not a correct. Why? Because here we are applying gradually load. Gradually load means the load is applied slowly. It means totally 10 kilonewton required. First of all, I will be applying with 0 kilonewton onwards. After some time, I will apply 1 kilonewton load. After that, I will apply 2 kilonewton, 3 kilonewton up to 10 kilonewton. Totally 10 kilonewton load is required. But how to apply that 10 kilonewton load? It means gradually load. Gradually means apply load slowly. First it will start with 0, 1, 2, 3 up to 10 kilonewton. So that is the meaning of gradually load. And sudden load means here totally 10 kilonewton load required. So I should apply my 10 kilonewton load within a time. Within a time means at a time I can apply 10 kilonewton load at a time within the 1 minute, else within 5 seconds, 10 seconds. It means within a time I can apply my 10 kilonewton load as a sudden. And what is the meaning of impact load here? So impact also one type of sudden load. Impact also one type of sudden load, but when we are applying this impact load means at certain height level. At certain height level. Suppose your structure may be a 2 meter or 3 meter. So we should apply the loads from top of the floor to ground floor. So then I can apply here impact loads. It means from certain height level. Here certain height level 2 meter or 3 meter. It means top of the floor. From top of the floor to ground floor, I can apply my impact load. So this is the three variations of applied loads: gradually load, sudden load, impact load. It means totally these three loads are depending upon for strain energy. Totally these three loads. And here strain energy is also called as a work done. It means strain energy is equal to work done. It means force into displacement. Strain energy is also called as a work done. And if I give a small example, very best example is take one spring. Already you know the best example of strain energy is a spring. As we all know, springs are elastic members. When we are applying loads, spring will get deformed. When we are remove loads, spring will get original shape. This is your spring. This is your spring. In this spring, when we are applying loads, basically this is the elastic member elastic member. So we are applying some loads here, P. So spring will get deformed. Deform means the shape will change. So when we are applying load, spring will get deformed. After that, when we are removed these loads, then your spring will get again original shape. So due to applied load, the spring will get deformed. It means changes its shape. So when we are remove these loads, top and bottom, then your spring will get original shape. It means first of all original shape is L. After applying the load, it is delta or else del L. So it is very simple. When we are applying load, it will change its shape. This change in shape called a strain. This change in shape is called a strain. Why? Because your strain formula is change in dimension by original dimension. But here we are considering length. So change in length by original length. And because of that, whatever work is stored inside the spring, whatever the work is stored inside the spring, that would be called as a strain energy. Whatever the work is stored inside the spring, that would be called as a strain energy. Here strain means change in length by original length. Strain energy means whatever the work inside the spring is stored, that is called as a strain energy. Yes, all of you write in your notebooks as a running notebook. After that, we will see next part. One 81, Sudeep.
Yes, sir.
Is it completed?
Yes, sir. Almost.
Okay. 129, Javed. 129, Javed. 130, Pawan. 130, Pawan. 143, Tabassum.
Yes, sir.
Is it completed?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All of you complete it fast. Next. All of you write. Expression of strain energy due to axial load. Expression of strain energy due to axial load. So this is our first derivation. that is U or W, whatever it may be. 1 by 2 P square L by A E. Strain energy due to axial load is equal to 1 by 2 P square L by A E. Actually, this is our expression. That means this is our formula. By using of the strain energy due to axial load, we should solve this derivation. Before going to start derivation, first of all, you should know what is the stress value. Stress indicated this symbol, that is load. We can indicate as P, unit area, that is A. Next, strain. Strain is indicated this symbol, change in length by original length. Change in length, you can take it as a delta, original length L. And what is the modulus of elasticity, indicated as capital E, is equal to stress by strain. Stress is indicated this symbol, strain is indicated this symbol. So these three formulas are the basic concept. Already you have studied in your strength of materials 1. Here just I am remembering you what is the formula for stress, strain, modulus of elasticity. Just reminding you, that's it. Just write in your notebooks. Now if you write these formulas in your notebook, these are the basic formulas. Next, now start the derivation of expression of strain energy due to axial load. First of all, what is the meaning of axial load? Axial load. 144 Chetan, 44 Chetan.
Yes, sir.
What do
Sir.
you mean by axial load?
Sir, it is the load applied on center, sir.
Okay. 128 Ganesh.
Sir,
What do you mean by axial load? Ganesh, what do you mean by axial load? 131 Nataraj.
sir,
What do you mean by axial load? Okay, you said load apply at the center. Okay, almost correct, but in our civil engineering point of view, load acts at centroidal axis. Acts at the centroidal axis. It means if you take any axis, x-axis, y-axis, z-axis. If you take any axis, suppose this is the x-axis, y-axis, z-axis. So load acts at centroidal axis. If you take the x-axis, here load acts at centroidal axis. If you take in the y-axis, here load acts at center in this y-axis. If you take z, same. It means almost correct. Center load acts at center only, but in our civil engineering point of view, load acts at centroidal axis, because you should consider any type of axis, then it is acts at center. Delta. So this is the solution. From here onwards, start solution. It means expression of strain energy due to axial load. This is the diagram of strain energy due to axial load. So from this figure, first calculate the work done formula. Work done is W is equal to, just now we discussed about work done is equal to strain energy, that is force into displacement. Here force is P into displacement, here delta. Displacement means change in length. Force is whatever the load is acting in this body, that is P. It should be multiplied with 1 by 2. Why here it should be multiplied with 1 by 2? Because the load is acting gradually low. Due to this gradually load, here 1 by 2 happens. If I show in graph point of view, see this is the graph, x-axis, y-axis, here load is acting, and this is the change in length. So due to this load, change in length, this is the change in length. Once you observe in this graph, how it will act as? First it is acting certain distance. After that apply some load, certain distance. After that apply another load, some distance. It means load is acting gradually increasing, so that you can take it as a 1 by 2. It means once you observe here, this is a triangle shape. This is a triangle shape. What is the area of triangle? Half into base into height. So half into base into height, P into delta. Suppose if your load is a impact or sudden load, then your graph is not in a triangle shape. It is in a rectangle shape. It is in a rectangle shape. So then we can write it as a P into delta, because the area of rectangle is P into delta. So here 1 by 2 into P into delta. Then give equation number 1. Here we don't know the value of delta. Here we don't know the value of delta. So that is unknown. Next, due to that figure, what is the modulus of elasticity? All of you write in your notebooks, modulus of elasticity E is equal to stress by strain. Stress is indicated as sigma, strain is indicated this symbol. It means E is equal to so this we can write it as a strain is equal to stress by modulus of elasticity. Then it is equation number 2. Then it is equation number 2. And what is the formula for stress here? That is load per unit area. And stress is indicated as this symbol. Load is P, unit area is A. Then give it is equation number 3. This equation 3 substitute in equation 2. Equation number 3 substitute in equation number 2. It means equation 2 is here. Strain is equal to stress by modulus of elasticity. In place of stress, substitute P by A. That we can write it as a P by A into E. Then give equation number 4. Then give equation number 4. And generally, what is the strain? Generally, what is the strain formula? Is equal to
Changing length by original length.
Changing length by original length. So strain is indicated, this symbol is equal to change in length. We can write it as a delta by original length. Once you can observe in this diagram, see from this body, original length is L. Due to the load, your change in length is delta. So your strain is change in length by original length, delta by L. Then give it is equation number 5. Equation number 5. Next, substitute equation number 5 in equation number 4. What is the equation number 4 here? That is strain is equal to stress by AE. Strain is equal to stress by AE. Stress by AE or load by AE?
Sir,
Load by AE. P by AE.
sir,
Huh?
changing length అంటే డెల్టా కదా సార్?
నీ ఇష్టం అది. దాన్ని డెల్టా ఎల్ అయినా పెట్టుకో, డెల్టా అయినా పెట్టుకో, ఏం కాదు. ఇక్కడ సింబల్ అనేది నీ ఇష్టము. డెల్టా ఎల్ అయినా పెట్టుకోవచ్చు, డెల్టా అయినా పెట్టుకోవచ్చు, ఏం కాదు. మనం అజ్యూమ్ చేసుకునే దాన్ని బట్టి ఉంటుంది. సపోజ్ ఇక్కడ నేను డెల్టా కూడా కన్సిడర్ చేయను, ఇంకొకటి ఎక్స్ అనుకుంటా, ఏదైనా అనుకోవచ్చు. దట్ ఈజ్ యువర్ ఇమాజినేషన్, అంతే, ఏం లేదు. అందుకే నేను ఇక్కడ ఏం రాస్తున్నా చూడు ఒకసారి. డెల్టా ఎల్ అయినా రాయొచ్చు, డెల్టా అయినా రాయొచ్చు అని గ్రాఫ్లో చూపించిన చూడు, ఏం కాదు, ఏదైనా రాసుకో, నో ప్రాబ్లం. మనము ఇక్కడ క్లియర్గా మెన్షన్ చేస్తాం అంతే. నువ్వు ఏది ఇండికేట్ చేసినా నీట్గా, ఇక చేంజ్ ఇన్ లెంత్ బై ఒరిజినల్ లెంత్ అని పెట్టిన, చేంజ్ ఇన్ లెంత్ డెల్టా అయిన పెట్టిన, డెల్టా ఎల్ అయినా పెట్టుకోవచ్చు, నార్మల్ డెల్టా అయినా పెట్టుకో, ఏం కాదు, no problem. So this is equation number 4 generally. Here substitute equation 5 in equation number 4. Generally this is the equation 5. This equation 5 substitute in this 4. It means in place of strain just substitute delta by L. Delta by L is equal to P by A E. Then we can write it as a delta is equal to PL by A E. Then it is equation number 6. Then it is equation number 6. Now substitute equation 6 in equation number 1. Why? Because see, our equation number 1 delta is unknown. So due to that unknown value, we have calculated just now delta is equal to PL by AE. Generally the first equation is 1 by 2 into P into delta. So this equation number 6 substitute in the equation 1 in place of delta. That equal to 1 by 2 P into delta is PL by AE. That we can write it as a 1 by 2 P square L by AE. 1 by 2 P square L by AE. And see, expression of strain energy due to axial load, our formula is 1 by 2 P square L by AE. See here, 1 by 2 P square L by AE. Write down clearly. Therefore, strain energy due to axial load. So that we can, in previous we discussed about strain energy is equal to work done. Strain energy is equal to work done. Here work done is indicated as W. Strain energy is indicated as U. means both are equal. The other name of strain energy is work done, or else the other name of work done is equal to strain energy. Here we can write it as a U or W is equal to 1 by 2 T square L by A E. So this is the expression of strain energy due to axial load. One 33. Sunit, is it completed? 134. Saujanya,
Yes, sir.